Tonight, nearly 4 years after the last time she was seen alive, the search for answers in the case of Crystal Anderson has come to an end, but for her family, the fight is far from over. Good evening, and thanks for tuning in live at 5. I'm Wrdw. Before we get to that story, we're checking in on your forecast. We'll toss things over to your first alert meteorologist, Emily Acting, who is tracking some hot temperatures for us. Emily.
Afternoon for us, and this is not bad compared to what we can expect over the next several days. Right now, we're sitting around that 90-degree mark. Feels like 90. Dew points relatively low in comparison of what we will see, so it's comfortable for now. But it is still hot outdoors. Again, we're feeling like 90 at Bushfield. Some spots feeling a little bit warmer. Martinez reading at feeling like 97, 96 down in Gracewood. Danielfield feeling like 91, but the humidity will rise as we go throughout the next several days, and that's going to make the humidity rise and our feels like temperature rise as well. Whenever your body can't sweat, you feel even hotter. That's the way to cool off, and with the high dew points, you're not able to do that as easily. So we're in for a bit of summer for the next couple of days. I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up.
Thanks, Emily. Years after a young mother vanished from Aiken, Tony Berry remains jailed awaiting a new trial date on murder and kidnapping charges. His son Darius Berry was also charged in Newberry County with accessory after the fact of a felony. He was accused of helping his father dispose of the body. Those charges have since been dropped. If you or someone you know is struggling with domestic violence, there are resources available nationally and right here locally. We have a list of those resources on our website, wrdw.com. New today, there is a tentative trial date set.
Well, we are dry here in the CSRA. A few showers in northern South Carolina might reach some of our northern counties, but overall, mostly dry for the rest of our Wednesday. I'll have a look at what's in store for your weekend coming up.
And still ahead, 2 officers are credited with saving a child's life. We have their body camera video from those tense moments after a short break.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, if you have outdoor plans this evening, we're still going to continue to see warm conditions through sunset. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s at 7 p.m. Then after sunset, dipping into the low 80s and then upper 70s for us. We'll have a mild night, but things are really warming up as we go throughout the rest of the week. We are dry for the moment, and I really do think we're going to be mostly dry throughout the rest of the evening. There is a little bit of moisture in the northern portion of South Carolina. Maybe some of that could come into our most northern counties, but again, I think 90% of us are going to be dry throughout the rest of the day today. Looking at feels like temperatures as we go throughout the end of the work week and through the weekend, really ramping up. Today feels like temperatures were around 90, 91. Drastic change, though, for your day tomorrow, where we're going to feel like the triple digits. And like I said, that's going to last through the weekend and even into the start of next week. All of that's really due to humidity. We're going to have a lot of moisture moving in from the Gulf, and that's going to bring in not only potential rainfall, but very muggy conditions outdoors that makes it where you can't sweat as easily, thus making you feel even warmer than what the actual temperature is. So that's what we have in store for us over the next couple of days. For your morning tomorrow, nice and dry, mostly clear. Few afternoon showers possible, but pretty similar to what we're seeing today, where most of us are dry. Now, once we get into our Friday, starting off dry, but a little bit better rain chances for our afternoon. Very summer pattern, though, where we warm up throughout the day. Early afternoon hours, that's when we start to see a few of these pop-up showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. Saturday, very similar story. Starting off dry, a few afternoon showers possible, but better rain chances are in store throughout the next 7 days. Rainfall totals could get close to 2 inches for our most western counties, and that will be beneficial as we are still in current drought conditions across the area. We'll get a new drought monitor out tomorrow. Looking at rain chances for the next several days. Again, it's going to be hit or miss. A little bit better for us as we go throughout the second half of our day Sunday. But again, for the start of the work week next week, temperatures will climb through at least the weekend. Saturday, 97. But by the start of next week, We'll cool off a little bit, back to 86 by next Tuesday.
Thanks, Emily. 3 candidates are left in the race for South Carolina. South Carolina's runoff election will be June 23rd, which is just 2 weeks away. Polls will open again from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting for the runoffs are a little different. There are only 2 early voting days, Wednesday, June 17th and Thursday, June 18th. You must stick with your party for the runoff as you voted in the primary. So if you got a Republican on the ballot, you must vote Republican in the runoff and vice versa. 2 South Carolina deputies are being praised after saving a young child from drowning. The Greenville County Sheriff's Office releasing this body camera video showing the incident from May 31st after a little girl fell into a pool and stopped breathing. Take a look.
Ready? Go ahead. Okay, sweetheart. There we go.
As you see in the video there, deputies were able to start CPR and keep the child alive until EMS arrived. The Sheriff's Office says thankfully his child is okay, and the Sheriff's Office credits that reality to those 2 officers' quick thinking there and a dramatic rescue. Good on those deputies for showing up and helping to save that baby. And changes are coming to how you pay back your federal student loans coming up, how inaction could cost you. If you have any federal student loans, listen up there. StudentAid.gov also has ways that you can compare repayment plans and see estimates for how much you'd pay monthly and overall. We've got that link for you on our website, Wrdw.com. Emily?
Well, we are tracking extreme heat as we go throughout the next several days. Major heat risk for most of the CSRA. I'll have a look at what our temperatures look like and if we have any rain chances coming up. Well, we can expect very hot afternoons. This afternoon, not as bad as what is in the forecast for the next couple of days. We'll feel like the triple digits starting tomorrow. So make sure that you are staying hydrated and have a way to take plenty of breaks and cool off adequately, because this is dangerous heat and we really haven't been able to warm up to it. So it is going to pack a punch as we go throughout the afternoon over the next several days. If you're wanting to get your car washed, if you're doing it yourself, maybe a nice way to cool down, but it is going to be hot the next several afternoons, and we're really not looking at much of a rain chance, so that might make it a little bit better to get your car washed. Looking at our Saturday temperature, 97. We'll keep those 90s through the start of next week, and then by Tuesday, cooling off into the 80s. Stick with us. Live at 5 continues up next.
You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Summer temps are preheating and soon it'll feel like an oven. Coming up, we're tracking temps that feel like the triple digits. Thanks for tuning in live at 5:30. I'm Will Rio. First up tonight, water woes continue.
You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Summer temps are preheating and soon it'll feel like an oven. Coming up, we're tracking temps that feel like the triple digits. Thanks for tuning in live at 5:30. I'm Will Rio. First up tonight, water woes continue for parts of Grovetown. A boil water advisory is now in effect for several streets after a water main break yesterday. Several streets went without water for the better part of a day while crews worked to fix it. Now neighbors in more than a half dozen areas are being asked to use bottled water or boil water before using it. That includes Newmantown Road, VFW Road, Hardy Drive, Railroad Avenue, Lakeview Drive, Woodland Road, the Library Hall subdivision, and the Rivercrest Town Homes. City officials had bottled water available at Liberty Park for those affected. Of course, we'll let you know when that boil water advisory has been lifted. Breaking just into our newsroom, we have the incident report connected to a chaotic situation out of Screven County. It comes after the Sheriff's Office shared to weather. Now we'll toss things over to your first alert meteorologist, Emily Acton. Emily, you're tracking hot temperatures over the next few days.
Yes, we are warming up even more than what we're seeing right now, which is already a hot afternoon. Temperatures right around that 90-degree mark across the CSRA. Plenty of sunshine for most of us, but a little bit of cloud cover building in. Again, we're seeing that 90-degree mark. Thompson sitting at 88, but we are dry for the moment. There is a few light showers just north of the CSRA, and that could be moving down and possibly impacting portions of Edgefield, maybe even McDuffie counties as we go throughout the next couple of hours, but most of us will remain dry this evening. Overnight, we're cooling off a little bit into those upper 60s, still above average for this time of year, and that's going to be the trend here for the next several afternoons. Triple-digit feels like temperatures starting tomorrow. We'll talk more about the heat and a look at rain chances coming up.
Thanks, Emily. A proposed plea deal is rejected for a former Augusta University faculty member. 66-year-old Carl Purdy faces a 3-count indictment for child molestation involving 2 victims under the age of 16. The indictments from November of 2023 show these incidents happened during a span of several years from 2014 to 2019. Purdy was also a private music teacher. It's unclear what the plea deal was, but the district attorney's office says if a new deal is not reached, the case could head to trial. We will continue to follow the story and keep you updated. A week after a man allegedly tried to kidnap a teenage girl in Aiken County, we're hearing more from the truck driver whose quick thinking stopped what could have been a tragedy. Anthony Moore was driving through New Ellington when he says he saw the victim trying to get away from the suspected kidnapper. Moore says he realized something was not right and moments later realized the victim was in handcuffs and fearing for her life. He slowed down. The suspect tried to get the victim back into that car, and then he sped off.
So with everything that happened with that to put me at that spot, it had been nothing but God, nothing short of a miracle. Because if I was 30 seconds to a minute earlier or 30 seconds to a minute later, I would have missed the whole situation.
Now, Moore says that he helped comfort that victim, who later told police that the suspect pretended to be a law enforcement officer, thinking that she was under arrest and handcuffed. It was only after she got into the suspect's vehicle that she realized something was not right. The victim told authorities that she was able to escape when the suspect pulled over to get something out of the trunk, and then moments later, Moore, the truck driver, spotted her. Now, Moore says that his truck's dash cam also recorded what he described as the suspect trying to run over the woman there. We saw that in the body cam. That video likely a key piece of evidence as Aiken County deputies continue their investigation. That suspected kidnapper, 39-year-old Jonathan Willard, still in custody tonight. He's charged with impersonating a law enforcement officer and kidnapping. We will have much more on this coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock. Augusta is growing, and so is its airport. Augusta Regional is expanding security screening capacity and adding a new hangar. Your Archie Dickherber has the progress report on how that's coming along and when it could be finished.
When you think of an airport, you're probably thinking about catching a flight, but leaders tell me they're focused on what's happening on the ground. With expansion projects already underway and growth happening not only here, but throughout the city, they say there's even more to come. From terminal to tarmac.
Our goal is to have it completed prior to Masters, because obviously that's the peak period where we're going to really need it. And it also gives us some more capacity if we hopefully get some more airlines and more traffic in the market.
Construction crews are heard and seen.
I've watched this airport continue to grow from where it was just one terminal with a couple of gates. Your family could walk up. There was no TSA, there was no screening. You just got your tickets and kept on walking.
They expect projects such as the TSA checkpoint expansion to be completed in the fall.
Yeah, I think the airport is a piece of the tourism puzzle, and we're excited to provide these improved amenities for the locals. But yeah, also we've got a lot of big events. I know we've got the Peach Jam coming up and the Ironman here in a few months and the new arena, which will open in 2027. So we're going to be, we want to be an inbound market as well.
While also hoping to have the NetJets hangar finished early fall and starting parking lot expansion in the next year, and in the next few years, terminal expansion. And some say these changes are needed.
I'm glad to see the expansion. I've watched the runways get bigger and longer and more of them. My only complaint really with expansion is that the parking is not kept up. The long-term and the short-term parking, today I'm parked out in the back 40 near the back fence.
Officials say not all improvements are visible, but will be noticeable where it matters the most for their passengers.
But I've enjoyed flying out of Augusta. For work, for the last almost 30 years, I've flown between 35 and 40 weeks a year. So a lot of flights out of Augusta.
Airport leaders say the projects that are already underway should be completed by masters, and that construction on the newer projects, such as terminal expansion, will start in 2027 or 2028. Reporting in Augusta, Wrdw on your side.
Thanks, Audrey. Following the high turnout for primaries in South Carolina, a day after Augusta officials announced they're replacing all 75,000 water meters citywide, one woman is now speaking out. Marilyn Walker says that she's been double billed for years, and she's not convinced new meters alone will fix this problem. Augusta Utilities says that a new ultrasonic meter that will connect to cellular networks and send usage data automatically, meant to catch leaks faster, improve billing accuracy, and cut down on surprise charges. Your City Hood will have more from Walker, all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock. The world of college athletics is not the same as it once was. That's no longer a statement. It's becoming a cold, hard fact. One thing is changing: the landscape of the high school level as we know it. Alyssa.
Yeah, if you drop 24/7 Sports right now, 17 of the top 20 players in the state are committed. Only one has pledged allegiance to Georgia. High school athletes are being choosy, but so are the coaches. Take Nason Houston, for example. He had multiple Division I offers his senior year. He told them, we told you about them. Charleston Southern, Moorhead, Howard. Instead, he spent his freshman season at Benedict College, put his best foot forward on the gridiron, and will now be lacing up for Tennessee Chattanooga this fall. All that to say, it could have gone differently if the portal had limitations for coaches too.
As it is, whoever likes you, you go who likes you. Nason had to be one of us coming out of high school, but the coaches that offered him, they went to other schools like a little bit after they offered them, they got other jobs. So of course, when a coach offers you at one college and he leaves, the offer goes with him when a new coach comes in.
And over to soccer now, the U.S.
Well, looking at your fishing game forecast for tomorrow, looks like the best time to go around 11 a.m. or around dinner time. I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up.
.com. Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, if you have evening plans, it's going to be a warm evening for us. Temperatures will start to drop as we get after sunset and really cool off overnight tonight as much as we can, with temperatures that reach 90. And it's going to take us a while to cool off. We'll be in the upper 70s still at 11 p.m. We'll have a relatively warm start to our day tomorrow, but we are looking dry and expected to stay dry overnight tonight. There are a few showers in northern South Carolina that could dip to places right around the lake, but overall, most of us will remain dry, and things are really warming up for us as we go throughout the next several afternoons. Triple-digit feels like temperature, so make sure you're staying hydrated. Have an adequate way to cool off. This is dangerous heat, and it's something that we haven't really been able to warm up to, as today's feels like temperature low to mid 90s, and about 10-degree difference for our afternoon tomorrow, and that will continue through the weekend and through the start of next week. What's making it feel so bad is the higher dew point, so more humidity in the air makes it harder for you to sweat. That's your body's natural way to cool off, and that's what makes it feel even warmer outdoors. Looking at those chances of rain tomorrow, starting off nice and dry, small chance of an afternoon isolated shower, but it's going to be very minimal impacts if we do see rain for your Thursday. Friday, a little bit better rain chances for the afternoon, but still very typical summer-like showers where we heat up throughout the day. Around 2, 3 p.m. we start to see these showers bubble up, and not everybody will see rain, but just know there is that potential. Again, we're getting into that summer pattern for us here in the CSRA. Starting off Saturday dry, a few showers bubbling up for your afternoon. Rainfall totals over the next 7 days could get close to 2 inches. Most of that will come by the end of the weekend and into the start of next week. Our temperatures here are climbing as well. 97 Saturday, but by next Tuesday, after some rainfall, we'll cool off into the mid-80s.
You know that feeling when you can't remember someone's name or maybe your anniversary date? I'm Jamie Tucker, coming up with a brand new AI memory feature that you probably don't know about, but that can remember everything you can't.
Well, most of us use our phones to remember things, phone numbers, passwords, appointments, and even where we parked our car. Your consumer tech reporter, Jamie Tucker, says there is a better way to remember those things.
I don't know about you, but one of the most frustrating things is forgetting
appointments and even where we parked our car. Your consumer tech reporter, Jamie Tucker, says there is a better way to remember those things.
I don't know about you, but one of the most frustrating things is...
Well, most of us use our phones to remember things, phone numbers, passwords, appointments, and even where we parked our car. Your consumer tech reporter, Jamie Tucker, says there is a better way to remember those things.
I don't know about you, but one of the most frustrating things is forgetting someone's name, like the spouse of a friend. They say their name, you should remember it, but you never do. I just learned about this brand new AI memory feature that can act like your second brain. It's in Google Gemini, an AI platform that's getting a lot of buzz. The feature is called Memory. Here's how it works. Say you see your friend Philip. You met his wife Carol once or twice, but you can't always place her name. Just tell Gemini, remember Philip's wife's name is Carol. The next time you see them and you forget, just ask Gemini, what is Philip's wife's name?
Philip's wife's name is Carol.
The same goes for things like locker accommodations, clothing sizes, travel preferences, details about family or friends, or remember that I want to try La Jolla Cafe one night. Then when someone asks, what do you want to eat tonight? What is the name of that restaurant I wanted to try?
You mentioned that you wanted to try La Jolla Cafe one night.
Of course, other apps will do this. The difference is that Gemini isn't just answering questions, it's building a personal profile based on information you choose to share. And it works on every platform. Say I tell Gemini on my phone my daughter's clothing size, I can ask it on my computer while I shop, and it'll give the answer. Of course, there are some privacy concerns. Remember, never tell AI your passwords or your social security number or any sensitive information that you don't want stored online. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Jamie says this is another example of a shift in AI. Until now, chatbots mostly forgot everything when a conversation ended. Now they're starting to remember details from one conversation to the next. Emily.
Well, looking at our heat risk for the next several days, we'll be under that major category. Starting tomorrow for the central part of our area, I'll have a look at what's in store for the next 7 days coming up. Well, we are dry across the CSRA and mostly clear sky conditions. Feeling warm for the rest of our evening. Overnight tonight, we'll cool off only into those low 70s, maybe some lucky spots, upper 60s. We're going to warm up quickly tomorrow by 11 a.m., upper 80s. It is going to be a very hot afternoon for our Thursday, so you need to take your furry friend out on a walk. Honestly, anytime before 10 a.m., that's going to be the time to do it. Make sure that you are checking those pavements before you do take your furry friend out on a walk. I've seen many people have their dogs going on a walk at noon, 1, 2 p.m. Not safe for them outdoors. Feels like temperatures tomorrow will rise into the triple digits. We'll feel like 102 tomorrow afternoon, and we'll keep that trend going throughout the weekend.
Thanks, Emily. Stick with us. We have more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break.